corn liquor. And it'll accelerate to 60 in just over 4 seconds on corn liquor. The first step toward the future of fuel.
Out there is a field of ethanol.
Much of the world is already using the biofuel ethanol to stretch what little gasoline we have left. Ethanol is alcohol from corn or sugar, so it burns seamlessly with a gasoline engine.
Brazil is doing a lot with biofuels. I think that is the path they have chosen quite successfully.
Successful indeed. Now 50% of Brazil's passenger fuel comes from sugarcane-derived ethanol. In the process, there are some added benefits, like cleaner air.
It is a much lower CO2 emission fuel than fossil fuels today, so it's a really good thing to do.
But what kind of farm fuel works in a diesel engine? Biodiesel.
Soybeans, sunflower, rapeseed.
Biodiesel is oil, vegetable oil. Really, vegetable oil.
Put it in your diesel engine and you're good to go.
In a diesel engine, pistons move by heating air with oil, rather than the internal firing process of a gasoline engine. So your diesel car or truck could work right now on diesel fuel cut with vegetable oil. And with very little effort, your car will run on vegetable oil alone. In the meantime, your exhaust gets cleaner in the process. Your car will emit nearly 50% less carbon monoxide. Your car's carbon dioxide output will drop to zero. Sulfur dioxide? Not a trace. It's certainly a great incentive. The question is, what will the world use to produce these clean biofuels, ethanol and biodiesel?
I think every country needs to look at the resource base they have and say, what can we do?
A regional solution? No more universal fuel? How would that be possible?
Each region will be concerned about being relatively self-sustained.
Corn ethanol in, say, South Dakota. Soy-based biodiesel in Iowa.
In Norway, we don't have that much agricultural land beyond what we use for our own production, but we have large wood resources. And we think it's very interesting to see how we can convert the whole tree into diesel.
Right now, with farm production and recycled vegetable oil, biofuels could provide 15% of America's total diesel use.
Biofuels have been very good to us.
A great start, but the future has some clever surprises in store when it comes to making even more oil.
We can turn anything organic into diesel.
Mother Nature takes organic materials and after millions of years and some time and pressure turns it into oil, and we're just shortening the time frame a little bit so that we can make it in hours what Mother Nature takes millions of years to do.
The result?
Your old car parts can fuel your new future car. Your old car parts can fuel your new future car.
Literally. Candace and Brian are recycling cars into oil.
My name is Brian Appel.
I'm Candace Wheeler.
We're here to find a solution to the end-of-life recycling issues that the automotive industry faces.
It's important to recycle cars because they actually serve as a great resource. They're a large product, they have a lot of material.
Today, 85% of every discarded automobile gets recycled. But what about the other 15%? Until now, those were the useless parts. The plastic, foam, and rubber tossed aside as shredder residue. But now, after these parts are sent through an intense thermal conversion process, they become clean diesel fuel in about 20 minutes.
This is where the future begins.
We sent them a couple of small bags of shredder residue and found that, well, yes, we could create oils.
Your old car parts can fuel your new future car. Okay? So this material that comes from these shredder companies gets loaded into a reactor. The reactor gets closed and we heat up that material. And this is a reactor that does most of the depolymerization.
Inside the reactor, the material is heated to 900 degrees Fahrenheit and pressurized at 600 psi.
You'll see plastic mixed. You'll see pieces of the seat, polystyrene, all these different foams. if you go to incinerate this stuff, it creates bigger problems because there is PVC in there, polyvinyl chloride. And if that hits an open flame, you create dioxins and furans. The beauty about this process is nothing hits an open flame, so we're able to break down these polymers in our thermal conversion process into useful material. The organic portion that has been separated from the inorganic portion is now blended at high temperatures and pressures with water to what we call contacting in a hydrolysis reactor and produce a useful fuel that you can put directly into your car.
Imagine gassing up without using a drop of petroleum by recycling what was once forever junk into fuel for your car. That is good gas mileage.
This is the future.
Automobiles really need to be sustainable from an energy and environmental perspective. Interestingly, today automobiles are 95% recyclable. In fact, the automobile is one of the most recycled consumer products that exists. And we can improve upon that. We have to make our vehicles sustainable. It's a responsibility that comes with the freedom of having automobiles to go where we want to, when we want to.